on that regard, let's talk about the people that were rumored to be dissed by Kendrick, and that was Big Sean and Drake. And let's just talk. Let's take Big Sean out of this. Everybody's talking about how Eminem said he was the most dangerous MC or something or something. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit, man? All I know is that Big Sean is alright. It's just his bars are freaking mediocre. There's like child play type of crap. It's sort of like how people think Logic is the fucking best rapper alive or whatever the fuck, all these white kids. But literally, when I'm listening to him, I can predict every fucking word he's going to rhyme with, and that shit annoys the fuck out of me. And with Big Sean's bars, it's sort of like that as well. It's like, it's Ask Craig. It's like some, fuck, man, make that ass shake. That's a nice crack. What the fuck kind of stupid ass crap is that shit, man? That's the type of shit that's so cringy. You just laugh at that crap. You know what I mean? You don't take the artist seriously. So let's take him out of there and let's talk about Drake now, because Drake has the more potential to go against Kendrick because he has ghostwriters. You know what I mean? If it's just Kendrick writing, if it's just Drake writing for himself, then he has no fucking chance. But the reason I'm preferring to put Drake against Kendrick is because it'll be Kendrick going against all these fucking ghostwriters, and I'm gonna say right now, I think Kendrick will still murder them all. Drake can bring all these fucking ghostwriters and shit. Like, I think Kendrick can still demolish all of them, and we're in a time where it's like it's not necessarily the diss that gets you that wins. You know what I mean? Like Kendrick, it's like the thing about Kendrick is like he's the reason I think he would beat Drake in a rap battle is because he's accepted by the mainstream and respected by the underground. You know what I mean? Like Drake accepted by the mainstream, not respected by the underground. And it's like when you are on both sides, if Kendrick ever really he's like the one person that I think Drake would never want to go at, because at that point you just fucking yourself up. Yeah, you are more popular because you are pop music, but you are not accepted by both sides of the people who actually talk about hip hop. You know what I mean? Drake is accepted by 16-year-old girls, blah 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 blah, white girls who don't even talk about hip hop through their regular lives or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? But Kendrick is talked about by people like us. People who are constantly talking about, oh shit, did you hear that bar? Was that floor, that beat, that whole thing, that whole album? So we're always talking about these lines, these metaphors, these punchlines, and that, because we see hip hop as sort of like a sport or whatever, something like that we can just constantly talk about. Where it's like Drake, his main fans, they're just people who just want a hit song to listen to, who just want a hit song to listen to. So whenever there's gonna be like a battle and stuff like that, there's not gonna be as many people on hip hop people on Drake's side as there is on Kendrick. So I feel like if they did go on a battle there, then Kendrick would fucking demolish Drake. Doesn't matter how many freaking ghostwriters he brings, because Kendrick is just that powerful. He's the guy who's able to do mainstream music, right, and have underground type deep messages in that shit. You know what I mean? Like if we were talking movies, then Drake is Transformers. Drake is Transformers, super popular, like super lot of sales, liked by most mainstream people who don't really look deep into movies, who don't really care about having like an amazing movie where everything is just written right, acted right, where the story is right, and all that kind of stuff. They just want popcorn crap. You know what I mean? That's what he is. Okay, that's what Drake is Transformers, and Kendrick will be something along the lines of a Christopher Nolan movie. A Christopher Nolan movie. That's exactly what Kendrick is. He's that guy where it's like every image, every line, every bar, every piece of story, every frame has something behind it, another story behind it. Whilst with Drake, everything you see is all that you get. There's nothing underneath for you to bite into or dig into or whatever the fuck. You just sit there, you watch, and if you someone like us who prefer Christopher Nolan movies, then you're gonna be sitting here like, this shit is fucking stupid. When you're listening to Drake, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this crap? What is this cringy ass shit? You know what I mean? That's. But when you listen to Drake, when you listen to Kendrick, right? It's like he can do a Scorsese, Christopher Nolan type movie, but it can still be super popular and mainstream like Transformers. But it's a story, you know. It has meaning behind it. It has layers and stuff like that. But still, but it's something that the mainstream can also appreciate. And an example of that is Good Kid, Mad City. So I think ultimately, if Drake ever decided to go at Kendrick, and I don't think he's that fucking dumb. Don't go at Kendrick, okay? You're dumb. Even if you survive, nobody's gonna fucking respect you, okay? The only reason you're gonna probably would survive is because all your friends are little, like, they're just white people who don't listen to your shit. So whenever like people say, oh, he don't write his shit, they're just gonna come in and be like, who cares? Everybody has ghost. No, motherfuckers, not everybody. That's not how hip hop works. Hip hop is like a fucking sport. If someone's using a drug, then you call that motherfucker out, okay? If Usain Bolt was using a drug to win all these fucking races, then people would freaking care. That's the same thing with hip hop. It's not like any other genre. It's a constantly active thing. It's like a sport. It's like a boxing match, okay? That's what it is. It's like tennis. It's like running. It's just something you have to do yourself, you know. That's why we have a list of the greatest, okay? Because that's why we talk about bars, we talk about flow. Like if we have you a guy who's constantly using other people's flow, other people's bars, other people's freaking pretty much everything, stories, just everything. How can you respect that? You know what I mean? Unless you're just that guy who just likes popcorn shit. You don't care about the other stuff. You know what I mean? You just care about watching Transformers, basically. A bunch of dumb robots go at it on the screen. You know what I mean? If that's all you care about, then good for you. That's why you're going to be like, oh, who cares if he's a writer or not? We care. The real hip-hop fans, we care. That's why, you know, that's the only way that Drake would survive. But ultimately, people wouldn't respect him and he would get roasted by the internet. Because Kendrick is just that powerful. Honestly, he's respected by the underground MCs, underground critics, all the critics, mainstream, underground, respected, loved by mainstream fans, and loved by underground fans. King Kendrick fucking Lamar, nigga. God.